All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely to see so many of you here. Thanks for all of you who've tuned in to watch us today here at DuePoint. It's exciting times at DuePoint, and I'm not just saying that, it really is. As we see the effect that DuePoint is having around the country, we get excited every day to be part of this business. And I'm excited to have you here. I'm hoping that by the end of today, you feel the sense of excitement and urgency that we're feeling as well here. Now, to start with, DuePoint is the foremost wealth creation company in South Africa today. We're part of a much bigger company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We're therefore a public, listed and licensed life and short-term insurance company. And we were started in 1952. So this is not something new. It is not something from overseas. This is very much homegrown, and it is a long-standing financial services company in South Africa today. 68 years old this year. We're going to be 7 decades old in 5 minutes' time. And so I want you to have that sort of confidence as we talk about what we do at DuePoint. DuePoint's got some particular objectives that we're trying to achieve. About half a decade ago, we sat down and we started to look at what was happening in us as a company and in the broader economy. Being a 7-decade-old insurance company, we were starting to plan ahead. How do we continue to be sustainable, profitable? How do we continue to impact the country? Well, we could identify even 5 years ago a couple of proper problems that were coming up on the horizon for us as a company, but more importantly, for our customers as individuals. Ladies and gentlemen, over the last half decade, we have seen what we predicted come true. We are now in what I call financial crisis. As individuals in South Africa today, we really have got a crisis ahead of us. Most people haven't realized it yet, although we're seeing more and more people starting to pull their heads out of the sand and realize that we're in real trouble in our economy. What has our economy given us right now and granted us the ability to do? Well, it's taken away all of our control. As individuals in South Africa, you guys will know it. You don't have the power to suddenly create or increase your income. You just don't. Those options are gone from our particular economy. In fact, this is a global trend, but obviously we speak to South Africa mainly. Folks, we don't have the ability to increase our earnings. We don't have the ability to make it. People have come to me before and say, oh, well, I'll reskill, I'll start my own business, I'll get a promotion. Folks, none of those are real-world options for us on the ground. Who can just suddenly go to university and reskill? Who can just suddenly open a business in our current economic climate? And how sure are you're going to get a promotion or a raise at the end of this year? We do not have the ability to create income. And of course, as we know, many South Africans are unemployed. Where do they suddenly find a job that they can just move into? You know, this isn't America with 2% unemployment. This is South Africa with 27% unemployment. We don't get to just walk out there and find a job. We don't have control. But we've had another more critical, more dramatic change to our personal economies that South Africans have seen but been ignoring, and that is massive inflation over the last 5 years. In fact, over the last 20 years, we've seen inflation go from about 6% a year to now, for us on the ground, closer to 25% per annum. 7 petrol price increases with an 8th one on its way, a VAT increase, 7% VAT increase, as well as a depreciating rand, which most people, South Africans go, but that doesn't affect me. No, ladies and gentlemen, a depreciating rand affects all of us because we import everything. Everything you're eating and wearing today was not made in South Africa. This was made overseas, and so you pay dollars for what you bought. And if the rand continues to depreciate, everything gets more expensive. So we go to South Africans and we say, tighten up your belts. We need to cut back on frivolous expenditure, and we need to this, that, and the next thing in order to make ourselves richer. I heard a politician say about 24 months ago, she said, well, if your car is not fuel efficient and costing you money, buy a new one that's more fuel efficient. Hands up, who can go out and buy a new car right now? You know, if ever that was an ignorant politician speaking, there it was, undetached from the people. Detached from, no, well, I just go out and buy myself a more fuel-efficient car. Well, you and me don't get the luxury of that. We don't get to just go out and buy a new car. It's expensive. In fact, it's beyond the means of most South Africans. And so we find ourselves as individuals in this crisis situation. We can't increase our income, but our expenditure is just rising and rising, and rising out of our control. It's not because we're adding expenses. It's because things are just more expensive every week. And so we have a problem that our customers are going to get to a point where they cannot purchase our products anymore, and we don't have a company anymore. And so we had to fix that. And we created what we believe quite strongly is the only economic solution for South Africans today. We call it the DuePoint system. And what it does is it allows you as individuals in South Africa to contract with us as wealth engineers. As wealth engineers, we're going to ask you to do one thing. It's not going to be any of the things that you're afraid of doing. It's not going to be any of the things you're embarrassed about doing. So no selling, no carrying stock around, no presentations. None of the things that you don't want to do are involved with us. What we do is we use our technology. And it's already on all your phones. We're going to show you how to unlock it today. And that technology on your phone now is what we're going to ask you to use to just connect people to us. And by connecting people to us, you create for us the ability to distribute our products. By doing that, we increase our revenue. And from increased revenue, we're able to solve your problem. And that is by creating for you wealth. Wealth is recurring income. It's not cash from selling things. That does not create wealth. You've all been involved in it before, and you're all in exactly the same circumstances as you were before you started selling the goodies. Okay, that's not what we want. We need a recurring monthly income that comes in not because you're selling, but because you've created an asset. How do we do this? Well, we build it off of the back of our financial services products. They run on automatic debit orders, which means that every month, no matter how busy or whatever your circumstances might be, they raise. Those debit orders come in, and every time they do, your income flows in. This means that if you're sick in hospital or lying on a beach on holiday, it doesn't matter, your income comes in. That's control. That's what changes circumstances. Folks, we've built this system off of the back of South African circumstances. This is a South African built system. We know what your limitations are. We know you don't have time. We know you don't know lots of people. We know you're embarrassed to talk about anything that even remotely smells like network marketing to your friends. We know all of this, so we built the system around that. Folks, in our system, we allow you, through our technology, to leverage others. Leverage their time, their skills, their ability to create wealth for you 24 hours a day, whether you have time or you don't. This is a tool for everybody in every set of circumstances in South Africa today. And folks, it's been built in a way that it doesn't cost you anything. In South Africa today, whenever you go to a presentation, you know you're going to walk out poorer. So you guys are especially brave for being here today, because you came in here knowing there was a chance the credit card machine would be waiting for you at the door. What have you been to in every other presentation? No, you need to buy the starter kit. It's just 3,000 Rand. I saw the latest one, 8,000 Rand. Just 8,000 Rand. Just buy just the 8,000 Rand starter kit. You have to buy the application forms. You have to buy stock monthly. You have to pay for administration fees and all of that. Folks, that doesn't create wealth. That just creates poverty. In our system, use of our system is at no cost to you. By simply being a product owner of ours at DuePoint, you get free access to the entire system, our people, our staff, our offices, our technology, everything that is DuePoint. And so you start where you are now and you move forward with our system. You don't move backwards first and then have to catch up. Folks, in addition, you are not selling. You are not presenting. Therefore, you're not intermediaries. You're not brokers. You're not representatives. You're not advisors. You are none of these things. You simply use our tech to connect people. And as a result, everybody in South Africa can be a wealth engineer. It doesn't matter what education or experience that you have. Everyone is in a position to build an asset. What is an asset? An asset is something that pays you every month. It doesn't matter if you're working on it or not. An asset is something you can price and sell, which is what you can do with your channels here at DuePoint. And an asset is something that will outlive you. Your channels and the income you earn during your lifetime will automatically transfer to your children when you pass away one day. This means that you're not only building wealth for yourself, you're building wealth for the generations that come after you. This is how the richest people on earth have built their wealth. You know, often, and it's a mistake, poor people from poor countries look at rich people and go, no, they must have cheated the system. They're stealing from us. You've heard it all. It's what politicians around the world like to use. Oh, the rich people, they're all so bad. What they don't realize is that most of the richest people have built their wealth over generations, 100, 150 years, grandfather to father to son. What we create at DuePoint is the only intergenerational wealth creation tool that we know of in South Africa today for the average South African. You have the ability to pass on wealth to your children and them to be able to grow it further and then hand it over to the next generation after them. This is the power of the tool that we have for you here. And the tool itself is super, super simple. It is super simple. If you're able to tap your phone 3 times, you're able to connect somebody to us. Now, I know you can tap your phones 3 times, and I know that those of you who think you're too busy also have enough time to tap your phones 3 times. You probably did it before you even woke up this morning. Folks, that's all that we ask you to do. If you're able to tap your phone, you're able to connect people to us. There's no selling, there's no products to be dragged around, there's no application forms, there's none of that. It's simply connecting people to us. As you do that, you create for us a platform of distribution, because the people you connect are going to connect people who are going to connect people. This is often why people think this is a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme. Ladies and gentlemen, this is none of those. We are a public, listed, licensed, and regulated insurance company. This is simply a matter of building distribution across South Africa. As you've built your channel, we come along as the insurance company and then do the work. We facilitate the purchase of our products throughout your channel, and your wealth is born. No selling, no presentations. We then distribute this wealth to you in 2 ways. First, through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product payment in your channel every month that it is paid, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment is made. Sounds complicated? Super simple. It's the simplest system in the country. You're going to go out, connect people. When they make their product payments, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. That's R55. It's R55 every month that they pay. Now, this means that you connect them to us once. You don't run back to them every month to beg them to buy again, as you might have before when you were trying to sell things. Now it's a single connection, and off that single connection, you're now able to create a stream of income for yourself. Now, these folks might take multiple products. If they do, you get R55 times the number of products that they've paid. So if they've got 2, it's 110, 3, it's 165, 4, 220. You've got control now of creating income for yourself. These folk go out and connect people. Some make their payments, and when they do again, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, R55. It's R55 every month, folks. It's not once off like selling the pot or selling the milkshake or the cream or the stomach ailment medicine or whatever it might be. It's not once off. It is every month, which means, like you can see in this example, $1,000 a month off of a handful of connections. That's 12,000 Rand a year. So someone said to me once, no, but I can get 450 Rand for selling the pot. And I said, oh, that's fantastic. Connect a handful of people, you get 12,000 Rand every year going forwards. You know, no one can ever say that you don't earn enough at DuePoint. That's nonsense. You have the ability at DuePoint to create any level of wealth that you want, any level. And the difference is, instead of running around after these things that come in from Asia and Russia and all of that disappear after 6 to 12 months, which they do every single time, you know it, and people just hop and never get out of their circumstances. Here you can apply all that time wasted on all those other things. Imagine, how many years have you spent? 4, 5, 6 years wasted on those other things? You put it in here, and over 4 or 5 or 6 years, you create for yourself real wealth. You put more connections in, more people connect, and so on, and you continue to earn all the way through your channel. There is no limit to the number of points you can earn at DuePoint. Your rate is diminishing, but it stops at diminishing at 8 points, and you get 4% of R27.50 thereafter for every product payment throughout your channel. Folks, you see the charts? I told you, there's a machine. It's in the concrete here. It makes phones ring. I told you. You've got to put it on silent. Folks, we can calculate how much earnings you can earn here at DuePoint, because we have been around for years. We have the data. It is something that we can work out for you. But we need to know how fast you're going to grow. If you're going to grow at 0 connections a month, I can guarantee how much you will earn. So only guarantee we give, it's 0. That's how much you will earn if you connect no one to us. But if you connect lots of people, you can create a lot of money. If you connect a few, you can create a little bit of money. Now here we use a very simple and conservative example that fits into everybody's timetable. So no one's ever allowed to say, I don't have time for this, because this fits in. We call it 3 + 2, and it says in your first month with us, you're responsible for connecting just 3 people to us. Just 3. If you can connect 3 people in an entire month to us, then you've ticked the first block. Then we say add just 2 people thereafter. Now you can add as many as you like at any time, but if you want to check this maths out, well then, 2 people every month thereafter. What does that mean? 1 person every 15 days. You think you can connect 1 person every 15 days? Okay, if you can, well then let me show you the power of the mathematics. We put all of our maths in it, years of data collection now, so we know how it works. So we know that you can reasonably expect after 6 months to be earning 2,500 Rand a month. 2,500 Rand a month. All you've done is connect 2 people a month. Whenever I say 2,500 Rand, I see everybody go, oh. Because in every other presentation you've ever been to, they told you you'd be rich by now. You know, that's what they said. 3 months you'll be on 100,000 rand. Give me your 5,000 rand. I'll turn it into 500,000. Da, da, da. Anybody ever succeed in any of that? Does anybody know of anyone that got rich over that? No. But you're waiting for me to say that. You're waiting for me to go, I'm going to be rich in 3 months. Yeah. The only difference is what you're looking at here is real, and everything else you've been to is fake. In the real world, wealth does not come overnight, not when you're connecting 2 people a month. If you connect 200 people a month, well, that's a totally different story. But if you're busy, like everybody always is, well, then 2 people a month is all you can do. But look at what you've done. That's not 2,500 rand once off. That's every month thereafter. That's 30,000 rand a year. You've created that in 6 months by connecting 2 people a month. That's it. Now, if you continue that, if you continue to add solid connections 2 every month for a year, then your 2.5 becomes 9 to 10,000 rand a month. That means 1 year and you're on 120,000 rand a year. 1 year with us. There are very few people in South Africa today that are going to get a 10,000 rand raise at the end of this year. Very few. The economists say that more and more South Africans should be expecting decreases. That means you'll earn less next year than you did this year. Here you have the ability, by yourself, with no one else to dictate to you, to control your own income, to create, through connections, an income of 120,000 rand a year in 1 year with us. 10,000 rand a month. If you can do it for 2 years, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. You don't stop. You don't go, it's Christmas. I'm not doing any this month. No. Every month you've got to find 2 solid people and connect them and connect them and connect them. If you're able to do that, then after 2 years, you can reasonably expect to be on 27 to 30,000 rand a month. That's 360,000 rand a year that you've created for yourself in 2 years. In 2 years. This is not fake. This is not made up. I'm not hoping that this is what will happen. We've already got people doing this. We've been doing this for years, guys. This is maths built off of actual. Okay. If you commit 2 years to this, then you're able to do it. Guys, 2 years is not 2 weeks. It's not 2 months. It's not even 6 months. It's 2 years. You can't quit. Now, I spoke to everybody. We had a wonderful example of this. One of our guys is still here today. He learned his lesson early on. He said he sat down at the table with his wife one night and said, I can't anymore. I can't. I've spoken to everybody. So she said, all right, let's list everybody. So he wrote all the names down. It was 13 people. 13. His wife said, I don't think you've spoken to everybody. Folks, you can't speak to 20 people and quit. You can't speak to 50 people and quit. We didn't ask you to do that. What we asked you to do is to connect to every single month going forward. You need to keep going until you've got your 2 solid connections. Why? Because it's putting you back in control. If I said to you, get out there and connect 2 people a month for me and I'll pay you 30,000 rand a month for the rest of your life, would you not go out there and connect your 2 a month? All you need to do is just go and connect 2 people a month for me, I'll pay you 30. Yes, but that's what I've just asked you to do. I've just said to you, get out there and connect 2 people a month and you'll get to the 30,000. But lots of you are going to tell me how hard this is after a few weeks. People don't believe me, Brendan. They don't want to watch the video. They don't. And I'll go, no, that's fine. It's 30,000 rand a month. How hard are you willing to work for 30,000 rand a month? Okay, maybe it's not enough for you. Can you do 3 years? If you can connect 2 people every single month for 3 years, it rises to 45,000 rand a month. So 45,000, would you go out and find 2 people a month for me for 45,000 rand a month every month going forward? We have not said, look, they must pay, they're not allowed to lapse or cancel, they're not allowed to laugh at you. No, I didn't ask you about any of that. Because I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to laugh at you, they're going to let you down, they're not going to pay, I'm going to tell you all of that right now. So you know all of that. But I'm saying I'll pay you 45,000 rand a month, every month going forward, if you keep going until you find me 2. Till you find me 2. Are you willing to do it? No, maybe not. Some of you are not for 45. Okay. Well, if you do it for 4 years, it becomes 60. What about 60? That's 720,000 rand a year. If I'm going to pay you 720,000 rand a year, are you willing to go out and find 2 people a month, even if the first 10 laugh at you? Knowing, you know at the end of the month, I'm going to put 60,000 in your bank account. Are you willing to keep going until you find 2 connections? Yes, you are. I'm going to remind you. I'm taking a picture of this group afterwards. I'm going to remind all of you 2 months from now, okay? Okay, when you all come crying to me and tell me how hard this is, it's not hard. It's the easiest job in the world. It just requires you to keep going and keep going and keep going. If you can do 5 years with us, it rises to 80 to 100,000 rand a month. This is not made up. It's not hopeful. This is already delivered. Folks, it's R1 million a year in 5 years. It's not 5 weeks. It's not 5 months. It's not even a year. It's 5 years. If you're willing to put 5 years into the creation of wealth, your life will be different for the rest of your life, as it is for many of our wealth engineers already. In this system, we show you everything. We show you people every month. We put them on stage from around the country, nationwide business, that are building wealth here. Some slowly, some quickly. some systematically over time. It doesn't matter. It is a tool for the creation of wealth. It doesn't have a time frame. It doesn't have a clock on it. It's yours. You will build it as you want here at DuePoint. We had just recently up into saying she's been with us for 2 months. That's right, 2 months. As far as I'm concerned, that's 2 minutes. I mean, it was 2 months ago is the middle of April. I mean, it's nothing. April, I'm still in April. It's already the second week of June. I'm still in April. 2 months is nothing. And in her period with us in 2 months, she's created a channel that's now earning her 3,200 Rand a month. Now, I said it would take 6 months to get to 2,500 Rand a month. Do you remember? 2 months to 3,200. You see, you choose what you're going to do in this channel. She's connected 21 people in 2 months. Not 2 people a month, 2 people a month. In fact, she should have done 3 plus 2. She should have done 5 connections. Okay, so far. But she said, no thanks, I'd like to earn more. So she connected 21 people. And so instead of earning 300 Rand a month, she's earning 3,000 Rand a month after 2 months. And she's got a wonderful testimony. Go onto our YouTube channel, watch her video. She'll tell you that people don't say yes to her. People don't all connect and pay. People don't all just agree with her. They laugh at her. But she was like, whatever, I'm earning more money than you already. Here's my in contacts. You know. You can't laugh at me when the money is actually coming into the bank account every single month. Not cash and all of this. I see brown envelopes on Facebook. This is money in your bank account. This is real world wealth that we create here. We had George and Bridget Buerta speaking to us from Port Elizabeth, as I said, nationwide business. They're a couple. George is retired. Bridget works extremely hard, does not have time for this business. And just systematically, slowly over the last 2.5 years, just in his retirement on the side, connects the odd person to us. He's built a channel that now pays him 72,000 Rand a year. Anyone know what the state pension is here? 1,700 Rand a month. So you can be retired and be earning 1,700 Rand a month, or you can be retired and earning 6,500 Rand a month. And just slowly, I mean, he's not killing himself to get to 6,000 Rand a month. It's not like 8 hours a day, every day. He's just been building it systematically, slowly, every now and then over the last 2.5 years. Wonderful testimony. Listen to George and talk to him and listen to how he talks about the power of this tool and how it's already changed his life. What does an extra 6,000 bucks a month do for you? Folks, we've got people across the spectrum. Maybe you want 150,000 Rand a month. Maybe you want 50. Maybe you only want 5. We have everybody across the spectrum here at DuePoint. You can go and see the sample of individuals we've put on the stage over the last couple of years. Their stories are on our YouTube channel. And they'll tell you what they've done and how they've done it. It is up to you what you create with us here at DuePoint. Folks, the second way we create wealth for you is through our XP Rewards program. Our XP Rewards program teaches you how to do this business. Teaches you how to become an entrepreneur, how to create wealth, how to manage your wealth, how to understand the economy that we're in, the industry that we're in. It teaches you everything, along with how to build successful channels. As you complete the steps in the training program, you accumulate what's called XP points, experience points, and where your channel grows to certain levels and your experience to certain levels, we rank you up in our training program. And as we rank you up, we again reward you with wealth, cash. That cash increases at every rank, and then at rank 5, we give you a toolkit that you will use to build wealth with us. You can buy all of these items at our counter afterwards or order them from client services. I'm always baffled by how come the folk from around the country are not ordering the stuff. Simply get on the phone to client services, will deliver it to you. Get the stuff because these tools help you. If you want your own business cards, your own apparel, your own pens, whatever it is that you want to be starting conversations, we've got all of them. You can see them in the glass cabinet and you can order them from client service. Folks, at rank 7, we give you a 20,000 Rand set of business cards, gold gilded, imported and custom made for you. Gold gilded. That's real gold leaf. It's not ink. This is not ink. When you hand these out to people, it is the finest set of business cards in the country. They're going to want to know what you're doing. They're really going to want to know, and they're going to want to connect with us. What does Rob always say? Rob always says to me, Brendan, when I talk to people that come from all these other thingies, I say to them, what credibility did that company give you that got you to buy their things? Here at DuePoint, the credibility, the list of credibility is endless, starting from the fact that we're a public listed entity, to the fact that we're 7 decades old, to the fact that we will give you a 20,000 Rand gold gilded business card. You cannot beat us for the credibility that we bring to this industry. For those of you who put the time in and the energy in, for those that don't pull out after 2 months or 6 months or 8 months, but keep building, ultimately you'll reach rank 9. At rank 9, we will take you and your family away on a 1-week holiday in December when it's hot and expensive and your kids are on holiday. Every year for the rest of your life, as long as you maintain your channel size with us. It's not requalifying every year. You just grow your channel and maintain it. If you're able to do that, every year thereafter, we will take you and your family away. All expenses paid, business class, 5-star luxury. We don't have to show you fake pictures. Like everything at DuePoint, we have already delivered on everything. We've been going away for years with our rank 9s, as you will see in the next montage. A growing group of families, children, spouses, coming away and changing their circumstances permanently. Not by selling pots and pans and jewelry and medicine. No, no, no. By building wealth, life-changing intergenerational wealth. If you put the time in, ladies and gentlemen, and you go rank 9, your Decembers are going to look a bit like this. It's not a pipe dream, it's not a hope, it's not a fantasy. That's where we go every year. This year's hotel is already booked. The tickets are waiting. We've got our business class section ready to fill with rank 9s. Who's coming with us? Who's coming with us? There are new rank 9s that will come with us this year. There are people that will go rank 9 this year. There are every year. Every year we have new rank 9s. It's just a question of whether you want to join us or not. We're going in December. You've still got enough time. How long does it take you to get there? Well, you'll decide. This guy got there in 5 months. That chap got there in 19 months. This couple here got there in 11 months. You just decide. And then one couple that's not in this particular picture got there in 31 months. Didn't matter. It's not like it's a competition. It's not a competition. Get to rank 9 and join us. Now, every year they come away with us. It didn't matter that it took them 3 years to get there. It didn't matter. How long it takes is not important. It is whether you commit to the task of wealth. At rank 11, we give you another useful tool. It's your own car. It is not branded. It is not rented from us. It is not financed from us. It's your car, because it is a tool that will help you build wealth in South Africa today. Folks, we build this wealth off the back of our products. As I said to you at the beginning, we're in financial services. There's 4 products. We believe that they are class leading in South Africa from benefit and price. And again, I don't just say that as a marketing fact. You can go and watch training videos on all of our products and make your own decision about it. But we've done the research. We do constant research on our products, and in their classes, we believe they are the best in the country. Our first one is our Access Wealth Plan. It's 324 Rand a month. For that, you get 2 independent products. Your first is your very own tax-free investment account. And your second is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. We take 100 Rand of your 324, we put it into your investment account. And that means that you start building an asset with us literally from day one. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month, and it has no waiting periods, no medical examinations or declarations, and no maximum age limits, and it grants you R1 million worth of personal accident cover. It means that every South African, of every circumstance, of every age, above 18, can be a wealth engineer with us here at DuePoint. You've got the opportunity to create wealth for less than 249 Rand a month. What was one of our wealth engineers last night was telling me that he had been to one of these presentations where they had said to him, this is the lowest cost startup operation. And he went and looked at it, you needed 8,000 Rand to get started. And he said, how does that even remotely compare to DuePoint's 249 Rand a month? How does it even remotely compare? Well, folks, here at DuePoint, we don't take your money, we build wealth with you. We build wealth. Our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. It too has a whole range of options, starts at 299 Rand a month, and you can pick between 20,000 Rand or 30,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. You can pick between 5 or 10 additional family members, and as the principal member of the policy, we give you 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover, so that when you pass away, we settle 10,000 Rands worth of your debt so that your family do not need to. As far as I'm concerned, that beats a tent and some groceries and some airtime any day, being able to not leave debt behind to your family. Then our fourth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. As a 7-decade-old insurance company, we have hosts of suppliers constantly coming to us, asking to supply us with discounts and prices and vouchers and packages, VIP services, all sorts of things. We have a host of suppliers already on our list, and for 299 Rand a month, you can get access to all of those suppliers. This means you have the ability to change your monthly spend by using this product properly. Again, I encourage you, go and watch the training and the review videos so that you can get the maximum benefits out of our products before you've even started creating wealth with our wealth creation system. Folks, to get you off the ground and to prove that nothing creates wealth faster than DuePoint in South Africa, nothing. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you can create wealth faster anywhere else. It's a lie and it's fake. Here at DuePoint, we beat everyone. We run our monthly Achievers Quest. It starts on the first day of every month and ends on the last day of every month, but it repeats every month. It resets. In the month, the calendar month that you're in, if you're able to put 10 people in or 20 or 30 people in and have them paid in the same month, well then we will give you a bonus 5, 10 or 15,000 Rand on top of your returns and rewards. So if you feel like you're cash strapped and would like to become cash flush to do this business more effectively, well then get your first 10 people in and get them paid. And by the end of the first month, the minimum you'll get is 5,000. But obviously by putting 10 people in, what did we say? 55 Rand per person. That's another 550 Rand. So it's minimum 5,550 Rand. But you would of course have ranked up maybe once, maybe twice in that month already, which means you'd get the cash bonuses on rank 1 and 2 as well. So again, if anyone says to you that you don't earn fast at DuePoint, just laugh at them. There is nothing that creates real wealth as fast as DuePoint. It is up to you. Now, if you only put 10 people in a month, that means that you could potentially earn an extra 60,000 Rand a year through our Achievers Quest. If you put in 30 people a month, 1 per day, which is not difficult when it's just tapping your phone, well, then you could potentially increase your earnings with us by 180,000 Rand a year. This is, again, up to you. You will decide what you do with us. We have still, what would we say? It's the 12th of June. We've still got half a month ahead of us. You could get 10 people in quite easily. You could probably get 15 people in quite easily before the end of this month and get them paid, and you could walk away with either 5 or 10,000 rand. I'm hoping that there are some of you that are going for the 15 this month, and we know that next week is our monthly consolidation. Payments, returns, and rewards will be paid on Tuesday the 18th, and we already know the guys that have achieved last month's Wealth Quest. It's very, very exciting to see them achieve the Achievers Quest. Why aren't your names on the list? Hey, why not? Do you not want the bonus 5,000? Hey, Phil, come on. 10 people, 15 people. Folks, in addition to all of this in 2019, we have laid down the challenge to South Africans. Why? Because they're in crisis, and we need to dig them out of crisis. We call it our 365 challenge. It says, can you put 365 people on your first point in your first year with us? Your year starts the day you sign up with us. So if you're signing up today, you've got 365 days from now. If you can put one person in a day on average, it can be groups, of course, then by the end of your first year, we will give you the equivalent of 1.25 million rands worth of value. Now, you need to understand that. None of you are doing anything this year that is going to earn you 1.25 million rand. None of you. I know it. I've had people come and try and argue with me, but there's no chance. Here at DuePoint, we're going to ask you to connect 365 solid people to us. If you're able to do that, we'll give you a cash check for 365,000 rand. In addition, we know that your channel will have grown past rank 9, which means we'll take you away on holiday with your family every year for the rest of your life if you maintain your channel. We know that your channel will have grown past rank 11, which means that in the next year you will get for yourselves your first brand new car from us. But more importantly than all of that, we're in the business of wealth. Wealth is circumstance-changing income. This is what we get confused about as South Africans. They show the car on the holiday and we think that's what we want. That doesn't change our circumstances. What changes our circumstances is monthly recurring income. A channel that's bigger than rank 11 on average earns between 40 and 50,000 rand a month. That means that if you can achieve the 365 challenge in the next 365 days, you'll be earning 500 to 600,000 rand a year. The moment you decide to quit DuePoint, I need you to understand the cost of the decision you've just made. You need to understand that. The moment you walk away from DuePoint, thinking there's something else out there, understand what you've left behind. In South Africa today, there is no other legitimate wealth creation company for the average South African. There just isn't. We know this as a factual statement. Here today, you have the opportunity to become part of this team. Part of building wealth for yourself in a real, life-changing, permanent, intergenerational fashion. Whatever your excuse was for not coming here today, I hope you've put it aside and are now starting to make a decision towards building wealth for yourself. This is a nationwide business. 20th of July, we're down in Bloemfontein, Free State. We're expecting to see all of you there. All those people that said I was a computer graphic and not real and from overseas, you make sure they're there that morning. I'll bowl them over. They'll actually be able to touch me. Folks, 20th of July, we're in the Free State. Everybody be there. Everybody outside of the Free State, we want you there too. This is a fantastic opportunity to be building wealth across the nation. Go to events, either on our website or on our app. Scroll down to this event, click attend, and book your tickets. They're free. The tickets are free, but you've got to start planning. 20th of July is now just more than a month away. We're going to be there soon. So get your plans in place, get your guests lined up, and let's have a fantastic morning that morning on the 20th of July down in the Free State. Folks, if you want to become a wealth engineer, it's very simple. Go to our website, DuePoint.net, read, watch the videos, do what you need, then click join and apply. Fill out the form, less than 3 minutes, and you are a wealth engineer today. No money having parted from your hands. Isn't that a great relief? No money parting from your hands. Gentlemen, this means you do not need to go home and talk to your spouse. I don't have to say that to the ladies, but I do to the gentlemen. This is something she will be happy you did. Today, you can become a wealth engineer without spending a cent. And it means that this afternoon, you can start connecting people to us and creating wealth for yourself. If you want to do more research, do it. Go to the JSC's website, look us up under Conduit Capital. Go to Constantia's website, find our financial statements, our list of directors, what underwear they wear, what colored pillowcases they have, and our BEE status, anything you need to know. We're a public, open book company for you to research. Go to the regulator site. The FSCA site's got all of our licenses, long-term, short-term, and FSB licenses. They're all there. This is not one of those things. We're here to change people's lives. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've got questions and concerns, come and ask me outside. Those of you who are out of town, call our client service team. Isn't that a relief? Isn't that a wonderful relief to know there's a full client service team that you can call Monday through Friday? Try and do that for the long riches of this world. No, did I say that out loud? Sorry. Folks, we're looking forward to seeing you create proper wealth with us. Don't walk past this tool today. Pick it up and make a long-term decision. Not a 5-minute decision, not a first 50 people decision. Make the long-term decision of changing your whole life's wealth and the wealth of your family to come after you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be live tomorrow night at 6:30 again. Tune back in. We'd like to see you in this auditorium if you're in Joburg. No excuses, don't hide behind the screen. But for the rest of you, we'll see you tomorrow at 6:30. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.